Guys love her. We love her. Dakota Ditcheva is joining us this afternoon. What's up, Dakota?
Hi, hello.
Dude, so guys, it's a little bit crazy. Dave's out sick today, so I'm pulling all the favors from my friends. We're gonna have a nice packed full show, but we'll get right into it. The PFL has announced some really fun stuff over the last few days. We have our first 4 dates of the tournament, which are going to be down here in Florida at Orlando. We've got 3 weekends in April and I believe the first weekend of May. So lots of fights coming our way. And I'm actually going to pull up a few different things. But yeah, I wanted, speak on the tournament. I know you're not in it this year, but are there any fights, divisions you're excited to see?
Yeah, I mean, the only one I've just noticed now is it's got Ulmatov in it. So that's going to be an exciting one. He's straight back, obviously. Didn't have the best end to the season last year, but this year he's coming back, obviously, for a vengeance now. So I'm excited to see him back in a tournament. And a lot of new faces, Elle. A lot of new faces, which is going to probably excite a lot of people because it's going to be like, I think people are excited about it already. You know, people talk about it more because it's all new faces that we've probably not seen before. So that's what I'm most excited about, I think.
Yeah, and new weight classes as well. This is the very first time PFL's ever done men's bantamweight and middleweight as well in the tournament. And I also noticed once again, no women's featherweights or lightweights. So one female weight class, but 2 new men's weight classes. So I think that's interesting as well.
Yeah, very interesting. It's a shame that they've not done another weight class for the girls because I feel like they could do maybe like a 145er again. I feel like they've got quite a lot of girls at that weight, but I'm sure they'll put like the odd few fights on for the girls. But it's just a shame that there's not another tournament because I feel like it was a big success, the 125 last year, and I know they're running that one again this year. But it would be nice to see one more division, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and I hopefully because they have, like you said, they have quite a few bigger girls on the roster, a lot of featherweights and a handful of lightweights as well. So I'd like to see them make sure those girls get fights, So I'm surprised they didn't add a division.
Yeah, me too. But you know what PFL are like? They can pull all sorts out the bag. So I'm sure they'll be announcing a few different random things over the next few weeks. But I'm excited that it's in Orlando as well because that's close for us. So I'll be there, and I'm sure you will be as well.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Dave and I will definitely be there. Dave lives close to Orlando too. So we'll be there probably every weekend, honestly. So I'm trying to talk Grant into a Disney trip. I think we need a girls' Disney trip too. But
I mean, you can't go up there and not do a Disney trip. So. Isn't Grant into like that kind of stuff anyway, like the Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I know. You think he would love Disney World, but he doesn't like crowds, which is fair.
Fair enough.
I do understand that. So, but
isn't that funny how a fighter doesn't like a crowd as well when he fights in a stadium of people?
Oh, he loves fighting in the Apex. Loves the Apex.
Oh, does he? Okay.
It's not too loud, not too many drunk people. Perfect.
Fair enough.
But back to the women's flyweight division. The other finalists, Kayla Santos, the last pro you fought in the tournament last year. Do you feel like she is kind of slated to win the tournament this year with you not in the running? Do you know of anybody else that's coming up that's exciting you, or what are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't have a clue who's entering the tournament apart from Kayla Santos. That's the only girl I know that is in it that they've announced. So I don't know who they're going to put in. I mean, they ran the European flyweights last year, the tournament again without me in it. The girl that won that was really good, but she's still very young. I have heard. I don't think she wants to step up too quick yet. So I don't know whether she'll be coming up or not. But it's really interesting to see who they're going to put in that tournament. I don't think I'm going to be in it. It's not 100% set that I'm not, but at the moment it's looking that I'm not in it. So I'm still waiting to find out kind of what my direction is this year. But yeah, we'll see. I think Santos probably will be a number 1 contender, and then maybe they'll set up the rematch at the end of the year. I don't know if she wins it, so it could work out well anyway. But we'll see what happens. You just never know, do you, in these tournaments? And with it being like a straight knockout stage this time, rather than a point system, it's going to change a lot of things for a lot of people.
I kind of like it. I think a little odd. You had to like get enough points to get into the tournament, but this time it's just typical bracket style, right? So
yeah, I think that's another thing that's interesting. People is like, you lose, you go home. It's not like you can stay in the tournament and people can have a little bit of like controversy about it. It's just going to be literally, you lose, you go home, you win, you go to the next stage. So, and the fact that it's not too long as well, you know, it's going to be from like April and finish in August, and I think that's probably going to be a lot better for people.
I wonder too if they're going to do more outside the season with the shorter tournament. I'm hopeful that we'll see some more just regular PFL cards, especially with Bellator going away and all of these really talented fighters just kind of hanging out. Like, I'm hopeful that we'll see some more just awesome cards that are totally beside the tournament.
I hope so, because they have a lot of really high level fighters PFL now, you know, and I think a lot of us fighters, we don't want to be sat, like, if we're not in the tournament, we don't want to be sat for a long time just on the sidelines. If I think obviously that's kicking up, people are kicking up a little bit of a fuss about that at the moment. So I think they will start to listen and hopefully bring out a few more cards. And even people in the tournament, you know, if you go out in the first round, you've got to wait until next April to fight again. Like, it's difficult, you know, so there's definitely a lot to think about for PFL, and I'm sure they'll come up with a few good ideas. But I was obviously in Dubai for that show that they did at the start of the year. That was amazing. So hopefully they'll go back there again this year.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. I'm very interested to see where they do the rest of. Have they announced any other venues besides Orlando as of yet?
Not that I've seen, no, or heard. Honestly, I haven't really heard that much, if I'm honest.
I don't think very many people have at all, but
no, I'm like always in the gym. Like, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? I'm like asking everyone.
Just nope, nobody knows what's happening yet.
No one. No.
That's how I feel about GFL right now too. I've asked a lot of the fighters, like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And they're like, "I don't know."
We don't know.
Do you feel like this tournament structure that GFL is presenting has any potential to compete with PFL? You think it's too different? What are your thoughts on GFL popping up?
Oh, I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers here. To be honest, like, I mean, it's really good. The one thing I do like is that it's another promotion to kind of give the other ones a kick up the bum, you know, to compete with each other. And I think that's really important. There's so many fighters, especially with Bellator going now, that are kind of in a position where they don't know what direction they're going in. So now for another organization to come up like this and, you know, provide a platform for the fighters that have kind of lost the place a little bit at the moment is amazing. That's what I do like. But as for competing, I feel like they've just picked up a lot of like old talent there and a lot of people that have retired, you know. So I feel like if we're competing for like number one spots, then they've probably gone for the wrong kind of generation of fighters in that aspect. But at the same time, a lot of big names that people love to see fight. So I still feel like it's going to work. So don't know for how long for, but I think it's still going to be exciting to see the teams fight against each other.
No, I agree. There's a lot of huge names on there, but like names that were huge. Like I didn't think we would ever see Henan Barao back in competition. That one was shocking to me. Like, there's a few guys that have only been retired, you know, maybe a year or two, or maybe they've been fighting bare knuckle MMA, or they've been doing something outside the UFC. But like, I hadn't seen Henan anywhere for a long time.
And I don't feel like we should, like, that time. Once you're retired and you get to like a certain age, I feel like just stay with your legacy and just like call it a day, and maybe be involved a different way, like commentate or like be one of the coaches or something like that. But I mean, it's exciting. It is exciting, but for how long for, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. A question: what is your from the YouTube? What's your take on Weili moving up onto flyweight to fight Valentina?
She was impressive on the weekend. Now, I'm a big fan of Tatiana, but that was a really, really good fight from Weili. She is so quick, honestly, so quick.
Oh, we lost her for a second. Hang on. Oh no. Give me a hot second, guys. So sorry. We have a couple more questions for Dakota, so let's try and grab her right back before we pull Terrence onto the show. Oh no. Anywho, yeah, we over the weekend we saw Whaley with an incredible performance over Tatiana Suarez. But seeing her absolutely dominate an undefeated fighter and someone that everybody has really been just talking about being able to fight for that belt and possibly win it for years now. I think the most logical move for for Wei Li Zhang is to go up and fight Valentina. Okay,
I'm
we got
back.
you back.
Sorry,
You said
guys.
she was impressive over the weekend. The Fight Bananas official. PFL turned Dakota's phone off. They said no, we're done.
I told you I'm going to be in trouble, guys. That's funny. But back to the Whaley question. The only thing is, she's short, right? Now, my height is 5'8". She's a lot shorter than me. But like I said, she's very quick. Her distance control is very, very good. Her ground game very good. So I still feel like she's going to be a problem in that division for sure.
You think there's potential for her to win 2 belts?
Against Shevchenko, I mean, she's obviously my top girl, so I don't know whether she would take the belt off her, but I feel like she could still give a good fight, a very good fight. It'd be a good one to watch, yeah, for sure.
Well, before you run, I know you're only here with us for a few minutes. We actually had a really lovely interview with Kayla Harrison last week on our show, on our live show, and she had some wonderful things to say about you. We obviously asked her about her experience in the PFL, coming over to the UFC, and if she sees something like that for your future. And obviously, she was like, Dakota has the world in her hand right now. But she was talking about being able to win GOAT status and claim that GOAT status over Amanda Nunes, and she's like, and I'll probably have that for a little bit, and then somebody like Dakota will come up and take that GOAT status once I've moved on too, and we just wanted to get your take on Kayla's move to the UFC and obviously her getting to train with her kind words on your career as well.
Yeah, honestly, over the last week, especially since I've been back in Florida, I've only been back 2 weeks, but last week we had some really good chats. She gave me a lot of good advice about obviously this year coming up with me now stressing a little bit as to am I in the tournament, am I not kind of knowing what direction to go in. It was nice to speak to someone who understands exactly how I'm feeling, and be able to get advice from someone like her who has achieved ridiculous things with PFL, gone on to UFC, still achieving amazing things, and just to speak to someone that I can really relate to. And I feel like we've had a few drilling sessions this week. I've learned loads from her in that aspect as well. So I just feel like when you have people like that in your in your circle who you can talk to and get advice from, it's it really puts your mind at rest. So to have her as not just a teammate, but someone to look up to and have there for support has been massive for me recently. So I really appreciate it for sure.
And she's such a fantastic role model in our gym too. For people who don't know Kayla, just for everybody, she's a fantastic person, but she really has taken on a great leadership role in the gym as well. Sean wants to know, did Elle replace Dave with Dakota? If so, it's a major upgrade. This is my new co-host. She's much prettier than Dave, guys. This is the new and improved Dave.
I mean, Dave is my number one fan, so don't be saying anything bad about Dave.
Never.
You still got to keep your respect.
We wouldn't dare. We love Dave. But anything you want to say before you hop off? Thank you so much for joining us for the opening. Oh, did we lose her again?
No, just thanks for having me. I love coming on and chatting with you guys. So thanks for asking me, Elle. And
awesome.
Thank you to everyone that choosing to Fight Bananas, because you guys are all a massive support and I love it here. So thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.